Licensed only for non-commercial exhibition. Any other use or copying is strictly prohibited and may subject the offender to civil liability and severe criminal penalties.
To be a good friend to somebody, you have to have a good sense of humor. It helps to be supportive of the person. It helps to be real understanding when the person is talking to you.
Someone you can trust and depend on more or less, and who you can goof around with without kind of feeling nervous or shy with.
Somebody who's like, he's kind of like you. Friends help you out very much, and when you have a down day, they just cheer you back up again.
One good way to be a good friend to others is to you get to talking about things, and then what'll happen is they'll tell you about what they like to do, but act like you're interested. You get a lot of friends that way.
I think what it takes to be a good friend is to be there for them when they need you.
Comfort them if they're sad, if they're angry, and just treat them with respect.
Good friends are people that you can trust. You can go talk to when there's something you need to talk about.
They can give you advice, or you can give them advice.
And to go have fun with the person and just hang out and do stuff that's fun.
Developing friendships is an important part of our lives. Friends help us through good times and sad times and provide us with honest feedback about how we are perceived by others. Friends give us a sense of belonging. Without friends, we feel isolated and alone. As children begin elementary school, the development of friendships and social relationships with peers becomes an integral part of socialization. The culture of the school community encourages children to learn, to share, and to be a part of a group.
Press the button. Anything that makes noise she likes.
Children learn the rules established by their peer culture and by the adult role models in their world.
You won!
Like, how cool.
The school environment becomes the central focus of a child's social milieu. As children move into middle school and high school, the school environment and peer culture continue to be a primary focus in their lives.
Do you have a math or English?
In fact, throughout the middle school and high school years, students often place greater emphasis on peer support than on family support. This natural course of events allows children to become more socially independent from their families as they move into adolescence and adulthood.
Can you wait for Bloomfield? Oh, man,
The elementary and middle school years also provide a natural way for children to become responsible for their actions and for their belongings.
Okay. What number?
As they get older, children are given greater responsibility for completing class assignments, caring for their personal needs, and performing chores and jobs around the house and in the community.
Multiply and then round it off to the nearest 10. Okay, so it's what then?
Okay, let's finish. Let me help you zip it up.
Students with visual impairments, however, may have a more difficult time achieving a sense of autonomy and interdependence.
Good. Okay, let's put your backpack on.
Cyrus, let's go find Cyrus.
They may also find it more difficult to establish friendships with sighted or visually impaired peers because they may not have encountered a full range of interactive experiences or activities in their lives.
Fly to Scotland.
We're going to visit my Nana, Papa!
They may depend on others to make sense of their social worlds, or they may lack the initiative or ability to move through their environment independently.
Okay, can you use a regular voice? Say hi, Caitlin. Put your hand up.
Hi, Caitlin!
Okay.
In addition, Students with visual impairments may not have opportunities to interact with age mates on a regular basis if they live far away from their school or if their families fear for their safety.
Great, Sam!
This module is designed to provide parents and teachers with strategies to enhance the development of social relationships for children with visual impairments throughout the elementary and middle school years. Let's begin by defining the elements of friendship. Friendship is a bond between two individuals that is characterized by mutual preference for one another, a positive affective style, and an ability to engage in social interactions as well as to have interactions that last over a period of time. Good friendships are based upon reaching beyond one's own needs and understanding and sharing the needs of others. Friendship involves displaying a positive interactive style, communicating needs and desires, reinforcing others, complimenting others, being a good listener, sharing belongings and feelings, having similar likes and dislikes, taking the perspective of others, being trustworthy and loyal, understanding one's peer culture, dress, language, toys, activities, using experiences to initiate and facilitate a conversation, and understanding the impact of one's behavior on others.
Most of the fun things that you can do have to be done with friends.
My friends and I, we like to play hopscotch, rainbow, jump rope,
Ride bikes and sidewalk chalk, do each other's hair, play with dolls, play tag, have sleepovers, play in the pool, do lots of things.
Now that we have defined and explored the elements of friendship, we can adapt instructional strategies to help students with visual impairments acquire the skills necessary to develop and maintain peer relationships. Strategies to enhance the social relationships of students with visual impairments can be divided into 3 stages: developing socially appropriate behavior, acquiring interactive social skills, and self-evaluation of social behavior. Some children may be aware of the importance of social behaviors, but need to learn how to identify and develop socially appropriate behavior. Other students are aware of and can use a myriad of social behaviors, but need strategies and activities to enhance their social interactions with peers. Other students may use appropriate behaviors and engage in social activities, but need strategies to evaluate their social behavior and its effect on others. Developing socially appropriate behavior.
All of you did a really good job of turn taking.
One more thing.
Teachers and family members can help students learn appropriate social behaviors and cultural expectations, such as eye contact or orientation toward a speaker, proper body posture and position, appropriate gestures and facial expressions, and good communication skills, including turn-taking. Strategies for teaching these skills may include modeling appropriate behaviors, reinforcing positive behaviors, role-playing difficult situations, discussing social demands, and practicing with peers and significant others. Anna's teacher is working individually with Anna on modeling techniques.
You're going to look at a person, just like you're doing with me right now, and you're going to smile.
They are talking about body space and the direction of gaze.
Imaginary fence.
Hi, how you doing? Good.
Anna practices the technique with her classmates.
You gotta get in line.
Gabrielle and Carrie, I want you to pretend like you're talking about the dance that happened last night.
This teacher of the visually impaired has organized a role play session to help her students brush up on their turn-taking skills.
I danced with my friend Justin, who used to go to school with me, but he goes to a middle school now.
Oh, and did you dance with him the whole time, or just part of the time?
Part of the time.
What kinds of things do you have to remember when you're taking turns?
The class discusses the importance of looking at the person you're talking to and talking in turns.
Look up at the person.
Look at the person, even if you can't see the person, right? You need to look at them. Why do you think you need to do that? Why is it important to do that, Kevin?
Because that way it makes them feel like you're talking to them and they're not
paying
talking
attention.
to a wall.
Carrie, did you dance last night?
No.
Did you get to the dance?
Yeah.
So you didn't dance at all?
No, I just sat there and listened to the music.
Oh, me too.
After the discussion, the students practice the social skill and provide each other with feedback.
They play good music?
Yeah.
Cool.
They played good music, didn't they, Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Peers are wonderful supports for teaching specific social skills. They can extend the classroom instruction and practice in natural contexts by providing valuable feedback to the student who is visually impaired. To help facilitate peer involvement, a support network can be created by the classroom teacher and the teacher serving students with visual impairments. 2 or 3 peers can be selected, each serving a different role: classroom buddy, equipment and materials assistant, and playground or lunch buddy.
The object of the game is not to let the other person wrap the string around the tether ball thing, okay? Okay.
Peers can provide information and visual feedback about social situations and can facilitate entrance into groups. The student who is blind or visually impaired should be given the opportunity to select peer supports. Acquiring interactive social skills. Some children with visual impairments may behave in socially appropriate ways, but need strategies to enhance their social interactions with peers.
Any binders down here?
In fact, although they may be included with sighted peers at school or at home, children with visual impairments may not be aware of what sighted peers do in their leisure time.
You like to watch.
These 4th grade students are developing a questionnaire with their teacher of the visually impaired to find out what their classmates do for fun after school and on the weekends.
Watch my movies.
Okay. What movies do you like? Could we ask that question?
What do you like to play outside, Ashley? On the toucan thing?
After conducting an informal survey with their classmates, Theodora and Melissa found out that 4th graders like to read and talk about Goosebumps books, play wall ball and tetherball at recess, watch the latest movies, play video arcade games on weekends, have sleepovers, and play magic.
Ready? Oh my God. Bounce. Now you bounce on it.
With the help of their teacher of the visually impaired, family members, or sighted peers, Theodora and Melissa can be taught some of the games and activities their classmates have listed on the questionnaire.
Let's give Melissa a turn now.
Questionnaires can also help students learn what groups and organizations their same-aged peers belong to. Haben belongs to a jump rope club. This gives her something to talk about with classmates.
Should we put our names on the t-shirt somewhere?
Yeah.
Where should we put our names?
The back.
The back?
Ileana takes dancing lessons with her friends.
Are you ready? For what? To dig. To what? A hole. My hands
should emphasize fun and team cooperation rather than intense competition, allowing students with visual impairments to be active participants.
Janelle Fernandez, please come forward.
Go to the lips.
Physical appearance can also impact a student's ability to acquire interactive social skills.
Look at this.
Students who do not wear age-appropriate clothing and accessories, for example, may experience rejection and isolation from their peers.
Let's see.
Age-appropriate dress may include theme or sports t-shirts, high-top tennis shoes, or multicolored orthodontic braces. It is also important for students to match their clothes to the occasion. A sweatsuit, for example, may be fine for playing soccer in the park, but wearing it to a school dance may not promote social inclusion or a willingness by others to engage with the student. Christina and Patricia are on a shopping trip at the mall. Christina finds a cute sweatshirt to wear at school.
That look nice on her?
In order for students with visual impairments to interact successfully with peers and adults, they need to acquire skills to promote effective communication.
Ashley?
Yeah.
What does wild mean?
Wild means is likely to fly wild.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can explain it.
What do you think it means, Tanisha?
I think it means that you're acting wild and you sound wild and you're talking wild.
They must learn how to enter a group engaged in conversation by developing good listening skills.
First of all, you walk.
What are the things, what are your dreams that you want to do? Things that you think you can do? Things that you want to do when you grow up, or challenges that you want to have?
Goals that you'd like to set for yourselves.
I like to set for myself making books at home.
Great. How about Justin's hand is raised? It's great.
I would like to become a professional singer.
Like to become a professional singer. What's a goal that you have for yourself, Richard? What would you like to do?
Basketball player.
Basketball?
Be a professional basketball player?
They must learn how to engage in reciprocal communication by taking turns while speaking and sharing rather than monopolizing the conversation. And they must develop a repertoire of conversational topics to contribute to a discussion, providing students with a variety of experiences and situations to draw upon can help improve their conversational abilities.
Wait till school's over. 4 weeks and 4 days left. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
Other strategies to help students with visual impairments engage in successful social encounters include using gestures and body movements to express an idea, complimenting others, waiting for a lull in the conversation before speaking, and using age-appropriate slang to express a thought. This teacher of the visually impaired is brainstorming with her students about possible topics of discussion. They also talk about the steps involved in joining a group and how to appropriately interrupt a conversation.
Just get mannered. Treat respect the way other people want to be treated.
When teaching interactive social skills to students with visual impairments, it is important to remember that students not only need to be able to communicate their needs to others, but they also need to feel comfortable talking about their blindness or low vision in a succinct, matter-of-fact way. Students who are visually impaired need to be given opportunities to promote their unique skills and abilities and encouraged to develop a sense of self, which includes their visual impairment as an attribute.
You try this trick. I can't see it. Can I get a little closer? Yes.
Ken and Johnson are playing with yo-yos. As they play, Ken lets his friend know what he can and cannot see.
I'm having trouble seeing it, Alberto. What's that say?
It says move ship forward.
Chris is teaching Alberto how to play a computer game. As he explains the game, he asks Alberto to help him read the words on the screen. Another important factor to consider when teaching interactive social skills to students with visual impairments is that self-esteem and social presence are affected positively when children with visual impairments are expected by family members, friends, and teachers to act and participate in an age-appropriate manner and are given opportunities to take risks.
Yes, very frightening. Where do you want to go now?
Encouraging children to complete chores around the house or to run errands promotes a sense of belonging and self-satisfaction that impacts their ability to successfully interact with peers. While social interactions with sighted age mates are important for children with visual impairments, friendships and experiences with other peers and adults who are blind or visually impaired are essential.
A talking sign is a way of giving a sign a voice. We're going to use the receiver to find the library entrance, and we're going to go inside and find our way around the library.
These students are exploring San Francisco with Jerry Coons, a blind entrepreneur who has his own walking tour business.
1100 block of Market Street toward Hyde Street.
In a casual way, Jerry is able to share the strategies he uses to get around and interact with the public.
Okay, let's go see if we can find the library.
The students ask Jerry questions about himself and his business and learn that people with visual impairments can make choices and take responsibility for their own actions.
Okay, let's go find that door.
I think it's straight.
As part of the tour, students explore the San Francisco Library independently using talking sign technology.
You can't always count on the sign, you have to look for the door yourself.
This sense of autonomy provides the students with a level of control that is extremely important for continued social growth and development. Self-evaluation of social behavior.
Okay, now Betty, you want to join in the conversation, so what would you do to join in on the conversation?
Interrupt it.
Okay, and how would you do that? What could you say?
Excuse me.
Okay, good. Or you could say, hi Gabrielle and Carrie.
Hi, Gabrielle and Carrie. Hi, Betty. Hi, Betty.
Remember to look at them.
Although students with visual impairments may be aware of the function and use of specific social behaviors and can use these behaviors and skills to interact effectively with peers and adults, they may find it difficult to monitor or interpret the impact of their social behavior on the feelings or actions of others.
Ashes, ashes. Oh,
One of the most difficult challenges a person who is blind or visually impaired faces is being able to interpret a social situation without visual cues. Here, Amy and her teacher are discussing ways to interpret the nonverbal behavior of her peers.
Well, today we are going to talk about nonverbal cues. And people use nonverbal cues for communication. Sighted people give messages about how they want to communicate by sometimes not talking. We do a lot of verbalization because we can't see that well, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, sometimes people use a lot of cues to let people know how they feel. Like if I smiled at you, like this, what would that tell you?
That you were glad to see me.
Okay. And if I did something like this, what would it mean?
That you're not so happy to see me, or that you really don't want me around.
Okay, now you're going to show me how you would let people know that you're going to join. You want to join them in a group, but you're not going to use any verbalization. You're just going to do it with non-verbal cues. Show me how you would join a group and let people know you're interested. Okay, maybe you would look at the group and kind of smile a little bit. Look back. Smile a little bit. Back, good.
When evaluating a social situation or determining how to proceed in a social encounter, a person will often consider the following. Do I understand what's happening? How should I react given the social situation? If I chose to interact, which of my interactions were effective and which were not effective? What would I do differently next time?
I don't want to play ball with you. You're not my friend anyway.
These students are role-playing a social interaction between two peers.
Melissa, what would you say to Theodora in a nicer way to tell her that you didn't want to play ball with her?
They are evaluating the strategies that enabled the students to engage in positive encounters. They are also determining what behaviors did not result in positive social exchanges.
Mean. That's a mean voice. Let's see if you could have a nice voice and say, I really don't want to play with you now, Theodora.
I don't want to play with you right now, Theodora.
Okay, was that a little nicer? Did that sound a little better?
As children and youths with visual impairments become more proficient using and integrating social skills into their lives, they learn that social competence builds self-advocacy skills. Children with visual impairments who are able to relate their needs to others, ask for assistance in a proactive manner, communicate their visual status succinctly and matter-of-factly, and approach obstacles in an assertive rather than a passive or aggressive way, benefit from their sense of belonging, internal locus of control, and self-satisfaction that are necessary for continued social growth and development. The activities included in the study guide that accompanies this videotape will provide you with effective and tangible ways to promote social competence for students with visual impairments. The Focused on Social Skills series is available through the American Foundation for the Blind, 11 Penn Plaza, Suite 300, New York, New York, 10001. For more information, please call 1-800-232-3044. Copyright 1999, Wolf Sachs. Copying prohibited. All rights reserved.